Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is kind of in the air right now because if you see advertisements and stuff like that, it's kind of becoming a topic. And I kind of wanted to put my spin on it. I've been planning to do something like this for a while. I'm trying to look directly at the camera. Sorry, it's like I'm not used to it. I've been planning to do a video on this for a while now. And I think it's time to do it. And today I'm going to be talking about cutting the cord. Now, what does that mean? Cutting the cord means basically I don't know what basically is, basically going wireless on everything, or going on demand, or streaming everything. Um, and I'm going to talk about the problems with this. I would love to get rid of my cable. I would love to be able to not have anything to do with cable services at all, or satellite dishes, companies like DirecTV and stuff like that. I would love to not have to do anything more with them because they have ripped us off year after year after year after year, and they constantly want to rip you off. And I understand why they charge the extra money because they got to pay their employees. But they want to gouge you, and they don't want to work with you on these major providers that have the best service around. And that's honest. They have the best service around. You can try to go to your local companies, but for the most part, they're garbage. They're not very good. But these major companies, they want to hike up their prices. They want to shut your service off if you're just like 1 or 2 days late. They won't work with you on your bill. Because, I mean, everybody has that. And if you don't, then I'm sorry, you're rich or something because you have enough money to pay your bills every single month and you're never late. But every once in a while, the middle class people like me, that sometimes you're late on the bill, you're a few days late. You can call your local ones and usually they'll work with you. But with some of these big ones, they're like, no, we're just going to turn off your service. You have to pay this amount. We can't work with you, or we'll only do it once or twice. And then if you do it more than once or twice a year, then we're just going to cut off service. It's like all they care about is the money. They don't want to make sure that their customers have what they want and continue to get your service. They just want their money. And if they don't get your money, they're just going to turn off your service. Which I understand about wanting the money, but you also have to please the customer as well. So cutting the cord, there's a problem. Okay, so for a while now, you couldn't get the channels on TV, and that was a huge problem. It had nothing to do with the shows. It was some things that were on TV that you couldn't watch. Now, there's some things coming around now. Through the going. Let me get a drink here. Good God. See that? Hear that? Anyway. But there's some things around. There's something called Plex. And there's also something called Sling TV. Plex is kind of like something like an antenna, like it goes by the antenna or something, and you can do premium stuff, but I don't think it gives you too many channels compared to Sling TV. Sling TV, on the other hand, is really awesome, and I think it's your best choice if you were to go to cut the cord, and let's say you're retired and you're alone, or you have a wife and you guys watch basically everything the same. You don't have any shows that one or the other doesn't like. Then you'd be fine with Sling TV. The only problem with that is if you guys have shows that are on at the same time, that's a bit of a problem. And that's where the problem lies with people like me and my wife. We have shows constantly that are on at the same time every single day. I'm at work. I can't record shows. I can't watch shows while I'm at work. And the same way with her. And she'll have shows that's on when I get home that she'll want to watch later on because she doesn't want to watch them right now. So that's the major thing with Sling TV. That's the problem with Sling TV right now. There needs to be a app come out, or Sling TV needs to figure out a way that they can somehow incorporate some kind of recording program, or able to have channels have their content on their app for so many days at a time. And that's the problem. I ultimately think that cable companies are just a pain in the ass right now. And I think that even so, Sling TV possibly needs to even go to a la carte menu more than what they already have. But I think at where they're at, it's pretty good. But I think ultimately, too, is that the cable companies don't understand what they have. And not everyone is going to pay $5, $10 for on-demand content from one channel. The WWE Network, I'm a huge wrestling fan. The WWE Network is a totally different beast because they have so much content on there. And if you're a wrestling fan, it's the best thing in the world. Plus, you get their pay-per-views for free. With that being said, if you like ABC or NBC or CBS, I understand they have a lot of content. They have a lot of on-demand content that they could provide because of all the years they've been on TV, but they don't have to do that. The reason where I think they would have an app and would charge people an app is what I would love to see cable go is to have all these different platforms, all these different apps that you could choose from. And you could choose an app that has just the current content that is on there. And that is what you would get from them. So let's say you have Fox. So Family Guy would be on there, American Dad. I think is American Dad and them still on? I don't know. I have no idea. But like shows like that would be on that channel and you would watch that. So the way I would want it to work is that you could go on there and watch all the shows that are currently on. As soon as they air, like maybe 2 days later, it's on that app. To where that would be how it was. So in the future, that would just be the day that it comes out on. And I think that would be the way it should work. That when it comes out on cable, it should be on that app. So let's say that let's say that well, I mean, yeah, I mean honestly you could have people working at the place and the videos would just be uploaded like YouTube or would be added just like YouTube, like at 7:30 or like around 7:30, this show would be added. Around 8 o'clock, the next show would be added, and so on and so forth. And you could schedule, like YouTube has a scheduling device. So you could honestly do it like that to where all these shows would be scheduled to upload automatically by a computer. The files would be on there. They would be digital. They would go onto the thing. It would be perfect. It would be perfect. Um, I think that's the way it should be. The problem is that the companies want to charge a lot of money. I know AMC has a thing. I think, and some of these like they go with the cable. You have to have cable service through these providers. But why wouldn't a cable company have everything in an app? Um, go to a certain device and say, hey, charge $1 per this channel, charge $2 per this channel, and this is what you get, and say this is what you get, and it would be a thing that everyone would be doing at the time, It would be, on-demand content for, um, you know, the last few seasons of the show. Um, and I think this would be the end of Netflix, basically. If this happened, it would be the end of Netflix. Netflix would basically be a channel that would offer all their original channels, which wouldn't be bad because Netflix would just be a cable company. They would basically be it would be a producer of content. That's what it would be. And it wouldn't be bad because they would still have the DVD thing probably still going on too. That you could go and do that too on the website. So they, maybe go back to that, and they probably wouldn't make too much money off of that, but you know, they would still have the on-demand content from their live shows that they're still going. So they'd basically be a TV studio. They'd basically be a TV studio because they would be offering the same stuff that other channels would do. But if every channel did that, think about that for a minute. And even if um, Sling TV or whatever, like said, okay, you choose $1 per month. We're going to charge everyone $5 to use our app. But everything else, you had to add $1 per channel to add to the thing. The cable companies would be fine. Because you know how many people are in the United States and how many people would use that app? Everybody. Every single person in the United States would be using this app. They would be paying that dollar to that company. Say goodbye to Comcast. Say goodbye to Xfinity. Say goodbye to AT&T's cable services. They would be gone because this would be the best way to use their content. It, it makes no sense nowadays that you have to pay so much for cable service because when you get out of a big old clunky box, you got to have some stranger enter your home. You have to wait for them to come at a certain period of time. All you have to do for these apps, if the cable companies will get on board, or not cable companies, well, I mean, yeah, even if the cable companies would get on board um, to do something to do with this, I don't know what they could do. That's the thing. The cable companies would probably just go away, and I I just don't see what they would do. Like the only thing that I could think of possibly that they would stick around for would be a DVR aspect. That somehow they could interweave that, and that would be what they're there for. But I don't see how. You know, um, I don't know. That's the only thing that's the missing link is the DVR kind of option that's missing from Sling TV, and maybe they'll fix that in the coming years. Something will come out, but I think we're getting closer and closer. That cutting the cord is getting very, very close. And the cable companies know this, and I think they're getting scared, and they're starting to kind of integrate some stuff. Um, and you've seen some cable providers start to offer on-demand content, but some of the local providers. I mean, I know I like a local provider. They don't have hardly any like on-demand content, but if you go to Comcast, what they have on-demand content. You can rent movies on my local thing, and you can rent movies on the major ones too. So, sorry. Um, but yeah, that's already streaming right there. So we're getting so close to where everything is streamed, and you can pick the show to go on. And I think that's what people want to watch shows on demand. Like, but if the cable companies didn't want to do that, if they wanted to make sure that you didn't drop their channel because of content, they could put shows on there like once a week. Here you go. Here's all this programming. Watch whatever you want. But you would have to keep it for that month. And honestly, they could honestly do to where 3 or 4 shows are the only things that come on that channel for like that month if they wanted to. Because that would make a lot of sense if you think about it. If you think about if they had so many shows and they filmed them, it could make more money for them. Because here's just an example. Sci-fi has, well, I don't know, that wouldn't be a very good example. But I'm thinking like in terms of, um, I'm trying to think of a good show. I guess a good example would would be, I'm trying to think of a really good example. A good example would be like Grey's Anatomy. Like, think about Grey's Anatomy for a second. Um, think about that. Or even think about a sitcom. I guess I won't even give you a name. Think about a sitcom that usually you would have to wait a whole year, or yeah, like half a year for it to come back. I guess Walking Dead would be a good example too. Is that they record that and they release that. So let's say they released 2 episodes a week of The Walking Dead. AMC did on their channel, on their thing. Um, and the way they did that, because of them doing that, and because of the new cable format, they would get more money. Because I'm assuming, here's just my thoughts. The more people watch this and the more money that the cable company is getting, that channel, if AMC is getting so many subscribers to that channel because it's cheaper and everyone can buy it, and there's some people that probably don't watch Walking Dead because they just can't afford cable. If you think about it, that people cannot afford that, and people were just ordering AMC and like 2 other channels, more people would see The Walking Dead, more money would go into the cable company, more money would go into the production studio of The Walking Dead because of the fact, and they could do more shows. And the show would progress faster. They would be able to release more episodes faster, and they would ask for more content because that's what people would be watching. And even to the fact that they could pay the people that are getting more views money, kind of like YouTube. So I think ultimately what I'm kind of thinking, like how it should be, is basically kind of like a YouTube format put into a cable format. Because if you think about this, if people don't watch CNN, why are they on the air? I understand they're there to report the news, but they get paid to be on there. They get paid to deliver the news. People watch it, and they should get paid. But if they got paid because of how good the content was, that would be awesome. And I mean, ultimately, they would still probably get a paycheck, but maybe it'd be kind of like they wouldn't get as big as a paycheck, but then they would also get payment from uh, the monetary for how many views it got, and such. So I think that would be interesting, like something like that. I don't know, like something like that would make more sense to me. I don't know. Leave me comment down below. What do you think should be? Why do you think cable companies should be? Because I think that what I laid out somewhat is the way it should be. Like some app should take over, and Sling TV could be it. But I think that something else could come around and just grab this and run with it. That could sit down with the companies and start cutting deals with cable companies and make a damn good deal out of everything and make them understand that, hey, there's so many people that want to see your programming, but they can't because these cable companies are stopping them and they can't afford it because the cable companies are robbing these people blind. And that's basically what's going on. But anyway, I don't want to get this video. This video is almost 20 minutes. I didn't really plan on doing this long of a video. But it's an interesting topic. I enjoy talking about cutting the cord. I wish I could. The DVR is just a pain in the ass right now for that, because of that. But anyways, with that being said, leave your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. And as always, keep rocking.